Yo. Oh, shit. Man, we working. Eddie Hearns. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. Malik Omar, good morning. You're definitely working. Yeah. Ego rules, thank you. King Corleone says new media or no media. We're doing a world tour. Johnny, Johnny, what's up, Johnny? What's poppin'? Ego to go, and we chillin'. I'm in Miami. Speaking of Scarface, you've seen in the title. Huh? Okay. They must have really thought I was Scarface because it literally took over an hour for the bags for the bags to come to the baggage claim. I've never waited that long to pick up my bag ever at any airport, and I travel a lot. I've never had it. It literally, like, no bullshit. Well, over an hour from when we landed. Yeah, actually, it was probably over an hour. Yeah, it was like an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes till the bags came. I only had one bag. Can't wait for that Errol Spence fight in Dallas. Oh yeah, most definitely. Errol will probably be out here this week. Well, I'm going to New York next. He'll probably be out there because the Charlos are both fighting on PBC on Fox. So I'll try to get some questions in with my dude. Breon Thomas, what up? We chilling, living our best life. Yeah, man, they thought I had them bricks, that cocaine in my luggage. It took forever. Yeah, I'll be at the Charlo fights. I'm covering it for y'all. He said, yeah, yo. Hey, yo, bugging. This is a nice hotel, though. I'm just chilling. I'm in, so I got here so early. The check-in is really not till 4, but I asked for an early check-in. Hey, this dude he tried to hate on your boy. So I asked her, I was like, hey, is there any way I could check in early? I'm coming from Cali. I've been traveling, blah, blah, blah. Because I just wanted to go. I was going to go to try to go to my room and lay down for a minute because I barely even slept. It's hella uncomfortable sleeping on the plane, you know, in them uncomfortable seats. And the dude was acting like he was like looking, and some other dude, I hate them snitching ass dudes, some other dude walked up to him. He was like, oh, it's real early, it's way early. That's gonna be an extra $99 charge. So I'm like, hell no. But then they're gonna try to get me in the room early, but just not that early. So now I just gotta wait. See? You see what I had to go through? Trying to get shit for y'all, trying to get that quality. Hit up that Port of Miami like Rick Ross. Shit, Rick Ross about to hit up that Wingstop. Wingstop. Go to Delano, fresh, all silicone everywhere. I like all natural, you know, if I can help it, but yeah, I can never tell what's real and what's fake nowadays. Well, actually, some of them be like, you can really tell. Hey, y'all bugging with that Rick Ross comments. So we just chilling, we wait. I ain't check no. I ain't check nothing. I just been traveling. Oh, I got a rap to y'all. Listen. Hey, I don't know if y'all know how I'm set up, but I know, like, it's not even trying to be, like, arrogant or cocky or boastful or whatever, but you know when you're doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know if, like in life, you just know if things are clicking or if you're on some bullshit, you know, you've been slacking. I know I've been on my job, and it's so funny because these man fans are so angry with the with Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns, like what has come to light. They're like telling me to stop talking about it, and just it's so funny, like pure desperation. You know, pure desperation. That like this dude said, he was like, "Why do you keep talking about Eddie Hearns? Eddie Hearns must have shagged your old lady or some shit. Like Eddie Hearns shagged your girlfriend." So the fact that you said shag, I know you're not from the States. I know you're from the UK. Just because nobody says shag in America. You know, fucking Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Who shagged me? Like nobody talks like that out here. Why is this so personal with you guys? You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand it. So you think I'm talking boxing because Eddie Hearns shagged my missus or whatever the dude is talking about? That's what you think happened? First of all, I think Eddie Hearns is married. Second of all, I don't know that me and Eddie Hearns like the same type of women anyway. Someone says Shaggy Baby. These man fans are so mad. They're like, all you do is talk. They just mad, bro. Shout out to Noel. Hey, y'all tripping with these comments. Yeah, smash the like button when we working. The man fans are getting obliterated, and they know it. Like I said before, just hear me out. When we used to talk about Anthony Joshua, like the Wilder saga and all that, there was, you know, the real ones knew what was going on and called it. You get what I'm saying? Like, we knew what was going on and called it, but there wasn't as much information to support what we always knew and felt. But now it's so much contradictions, so many loose ends that have never been answered, and so many contradictory statements made. They don't even try. Do you guys notice that? They're not even attempting to try to cover it up anymore. They're just saying, stop talking about Joshua, or that's how you know we've been beat these bitches. They going back to the sign the contract. Nah, I haven't seen. The people I've seen, they're not even really like attempting to argue anymore. They're just like trying to attack the people who are talking about it. Like, shut up. Or like, Eddie Hearns shagged your girl. Like, just stupid shit like that. Like, damn. Because at first they were trying to, like, when Eddie Hearns said that Wilder needed to fight Dillian White, like shit like that, this is their whole narrative. That was their whole, remember? That was their whole narrative. They were like, yeah, he needs to fight Dillian White. You know? Sign the contract, big boy. Hey, King Corleone, you wild petty, though. You wild petty. That's what I'm saying. They was saying all that stuff. This is just vindication, and it's funny as fuck. They are so, like, because they know, it's you got to face the music. All that bullshit you was talking, sign the contract, big boy, and yeah. Like, King Corleone, keep it real, keep it real. All the stuff we was trying to tell them, and they were arguing, right? The worst part about this whole scenario is, do you notice? Do you want? Hold on, I can't. This is so funny to me. Listen, okay, this is what you want to know. If y'all want to know what the worst thing about this whole scenario is, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? If y'all want to know what the worst thing is, can I get a hell yeah? It's funny to me. It's funny as fuck. If y'all want to know what the... Okay. I'll do Taj, huh? The funniest thing is this. Once again, it's why it doesn't pay to think with emotion. Do you notice when these dudes think with emotion and radically say things, everything they stood for, everything they argued for, the people they argued those things to protect end up throwing them under the bus. That is hilarious to me. That is hilarious. And how they end up throwing them under the bus is because they say all of this shit and then they get backed into the corner like, okay, this is your argument. And then that fighter or the trainer or promoter or whoever said it will all of a sudden switch gears, and then everything that they said trying to protect and agree with, that person will do like a 180. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you some examples. Meanwhile, with my channel, new media, the shit I'm saying, Deontay Wilder, they say, oh, you're biased, you love Wilder and all this extra shit. But do you understand that Deontay Wilder is saying the same thing that I am saying? Like, Deontay Wilder literally just did an interview, and he said, how come Joshua didn't come to the biggest heavyweight fight this year, but he can go to Canelo's fight, 2 weeks later, and he was in America, and he can go to Derek Chisora and Dillian White. He literally said the exact same thing that I said. I said, like, oh, I thought the fight was a draw. It was draws. Then Freddie Roach, who was working with Fury's team, says the same thing. These dudes will start agreeing to shit. They'll start agreeing to shit, and then the fighter or whoever will turn, and they just spent all this time trying to convince us of it. For example, Joshua says, I'm not fighting in America. He said, I'm not fighting in America for the first fight. The UK deserves this. And then they said, yeah, he's right. He's the A-side. He doesn't need to fight in America. Why should he? Make Wilder go to the UK. They said this was their whole talking point. So I see why they're so mad. Everything that came out of Joshua's mouth, you co-signed. And now you stuck to that story. It's like you doing a police interrogation, and then they got you trapped into a fixed version of the story account of events which you said happened. You can't change it now. You already told the cops this. I don't know who was there. I was asleep. I wasn't at the party. Now you stuck. You can't come back now and say, okay, I was at the party. Now they know you're lying. You know what I'm saying? So we forced them to pick a side, like a standpoint side and version of events that they were going to support. They did that, and now they're trapped because Anthony Joshua is now switching it on them. So everything you stood for, Eddie Hearns and Anthony Joshua just backtracked on. You done fucked up, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Wilder needs to fight in the UK. That's literally what they said. They said he needs to fight in the UK because that's what Joshua was saying at the time. He was like, yeah, my fans deserve this. For so long, UK fighters have had to travel, and I'm the A side. I've done 100K with Klitschko and all this stuff. And they co-signed it. They said, yeah, Wilder needs to travel if he's not scared. Sign the contract, big boy. He needs to come to the UK. Now, fast forward to modern times, they're talking about AJ coming to America, not to fight Wilder, but to fight Gerald Big Baby Miller. But you just spent all that time earlier this year telling us how Joshua doesn't need America. Joshua doesn't need to come to America. Joshua is a huge star and got a good thing going, right? And now you're forced to switch sides. We already heard what you guys said. It's sad, bro. That's what happens. You just fall for anything and co-sign anything. You get caught up in that. And then when you deal with somebody that's iffy, finicky and shit, and then they switch sides and they're indecisive, you sat up here and you sat up here and covered for them, and then they're being iffy, and now you stuck. So when me and King Corleone and Eagles Army, we were like, hey, the money's in America. The $50 million, the money's in America. They're like, no, make Wilder travel to the UK. The UK fans are lit and, blah, blah, blah. All right, so why is AJ talking about coming to fight at Madison Square Garden against Gerald Miller? Please explain this. This is what you guys, the talking points that you guys stood up for, and they're coming crashing down as usual, Then Joshua said the $50 million wasn't real. I don't have $50 million in my bank account. I never seen proof of funds. And then he just did an IFL interview, and he's talking about, oh yeah, I'm not gonna sell my soul for $50 mil, and give them complete control. I thought the $50 mil wasn't real, bro. The jig is up. All that stuff they said. They literally spent months arguing with us about these trivial points that we knew it was up. And then now that they rode real hard for the cause, that's I'm just gonna name an example. Just say Manny Pacquiao, because he's religious, so I'm just gonna use him. This is just random. Say Manny Pacquiao was he's like, I don't believe in abortion. And then they're like, yeah, man, he's right. Abortion is wrong. Why should you abort a baby? That's still a living organ. And the whole argument, and Manny Pacquiao spent the whole beginning of this year talking about how abortion was wrong. And you co-signed it. And you made sure that you went over all the points that he went over, repeated the same things that he repeated. And then later in the year, the last month of the year, Manny Pacquiao was like, kill the kids. If plan B doesn't work, kill the baby. I believe in abortion now. And then now you guys gotta switch it. This shit is funny. I'm living my best life. Now you gotta so when Pacquiao was saying, I don't believe in abortion, this is hypothetical, but you know what I'm saying? Pacquiao say he don't believe in abortion, and you quoting him and saying, yeah, he's right, abortion is wrong, just because you want to be right and you want to co-sign him and stuff. Yeah, I don't believe in abortion. He's bringing up great points. And then Pacquiao switched on your ass, talking about, kill the baby if you don't want to take care of that child. You killed, I believe in abortion now. And then now y'all gotta, what y'all gonna do, switch? You just told us the whole beginning of the year you don't believe in abortion. And now because he switched, you about to switch too? These dudes, oh my gosh. These dudes. Yeah, AJ deserves, he's the A side, he deserves to fight in the UK. He shouldn't come to America. Okay, then why is he trying to come to America now to fight Gerald Miller? These dudes is like chancletas, fucking flip-flops. That's all they do. These man fans, it's over, Dozer. It's over. You switched up too much. These dudes, you have nowhere to go, bro. You spent all of their talking points. Yeah, Wilder needs to, remember they said Wilder needs to build up his UK presence by fighting Dillian White. Well, guess what, motherfucker? He still to this day hasn't fought Dillian White, and Dillian White's rematching. and he built up his UK presence because he fought the lineal champion Tyson Fury. It's like everything they have said has backfired. Every little, it's like you can do a laundry list. Yeah, Wilder, nobody knows Wilder in the UK. This is what they were saying. Nobody knows Wilder in the UK, guys. I'm sorry. He needs to fight Dillian White. Well, guess what? Dillian White's fighting someone he already beat. I just seen an interview. Alexander Povetkin, who just got knocked out, said he wanted to fight the winner. That boy Povetkin said he would work now. He said he wanted to fight the winner of Chisora, Dillian White. So that goes to show you. And this is what they co-signed. Let my man's Povetkin get a little meldonium in that system and fight the winner. He needs to build up his UK presence. All that shit y'all be talking about. Oh my gosh. Damn, it's looking shaky for you guys. It's like virtually almost all of the talking points that they've said this year has either been proven to be false or not true, or it's backfired. Almost all of them. The things that aren't true is like Eddie Hearns said the fight wasn't going to happen with Tyson Fury and Wilder, and then it did. It's backfired in terms of Eddie Hearns and stuff like the numbers are terrible, and people start ripping him for saying that. AJ said, "Why should I have to travel? I want to fight in the UK. It's about my crowd." And then now they're talking about giving the Wembley date to Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Y'all dudes is a mess. Y'all really are. Y'all are a real life, a whole ass mess. Bro, why would you give Amir Khan and Kell Brook Wembley date? That goes to show you, you know the feedback. Why? Listen. This is how you know it's bad. They had a flyer, Matchroom made a flyer, and it said Joshua's next 2 fights at Wembley. And he's like, yeah, on the cover, right? So why would you now, everybody knows April 13th, Wembley was reserved for Joshua. So why would you now potentially give up Wembley for Joshua and then give it to Amir Khan and Kell Brook? Wow. The whole world knows that date was reserved for Joshua. Everybody. I mean, listen what... I just thought of another point. This is too easy, y'all. I need to stop. Because, see, that's how my brain works. I told you, I'm not stopping until I destroy these man fans. I just thought of something else. Y'all want to hear it? If y'all want to hear this point I just thought of, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? This is really too easy. Do y'all want to hear this point? If y'all want to hear it, smash the like button. Can I get a hell yeah? These dudes is toast. All right, Pete. Wilder's doing this damage control press tour in America, saying, "Oh, I got the date. We've had that date, April 13th. April 13th. We have the date. Make the date." So why is he doing this press tour saying, "Mate, I got the date. I've had the date. So we've always wanted this. So we came up with the date. I got the venue." This is what Anthony Joshua is saying. That why are they talking about giving the date and venue up to Amir Khan and Kell Brook, but you sent Joshua on the Damage Control World Tour? Is that a world tour or your girls tour? Is that a world tour or a Damage Control tour? Right? Why is Joshua running through America in interviews talking about I got the date and I got the venue if he might give it up? Somebody explain this stuff to me. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have all heard the rumor about the Mir Khan and Kell Brook. So why is Joshua telling people I got the date and I want to fight Wilder? I got the date April 13th. Why is he saying he has a date if in the venue at Wembley if they might switch it up? Somebody please let me know these things. AJ sees Wilder's putting his body through a lot with tough fight after tough fight. I think that, if anything, that's a small portion. I don't think that is the main reason why the sudden change. Why the sudden change is they wanted, listen, Eddie Hearns and AJ both have prima donna type attitudes in regards to what they're doing in the heavyweight division. I don't know them, on a personal level, but at least in regards to their status or status in the heavyweight division. They thought they could control the board. They thought that shit was sweet. They thought that, there ain't no action unless it goes through us. There's no big fights available. Klitschko's retired. It's my way or the highway. It's me or bust. That's why. And I think the sudden change is because Wilder and Fury circumvented that and found a way around him and teamed up. I told you guys from the beginning, this is chess, not checkers. AJ singularly as one person, you could say he's bigger than Wilder and he's bigger than Tyson Fury, or at the time, you could say that. That's why Wilder and Fury teamed up like Voltron and to overthrow Joshua. That's what's happening. Because Joshua by himself, okay, you can argue that he's bigger, but he's not bigger than, Wilder and Fury combined. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's in terms of everything. Whose pre-fight build-ups are funnier, Tyson Fury or AJ? Tyson Fury dressing up like Batman and just clips getting licked and, has all these one-liners. When I move, you move. Same thing with Wilder. Joshua's, he's like the distinguished gentleman, so he's not trying to... That's not how you do a contract on Twitter. That's his demeanor. Shout out to Nick. What's popping? So, anyway, I think they're losing power. That's basically it. They're losing power. They're losing shine. They're losing attention. They're losing respect. That's why it's a sudden. Shift. It's the reality of it. Listen, just don't take my word for it. Smash the like button. Just listen to this. How is it that for somebody else's fight week, it was Canelo Alvarez versus Rocky Fielding's fight week? How is it on their fight week, you've done more, I guess you want to call it, aggressive calling out of Deontay Wilder than you've done in the last 10, 11 months in 1 week, and it's not even your fight week. So it wasn't like Povetkin fight week. You waited till Canelo Alvarez fought, and now all of a sudden you're doing interview after interview saying, hey, I got the date. After Wilder and Fury already said that they're going to rematch or they're going to pursue that first and foremost. How long have you been flying? Does it look like I'm flying? This ain't no damn airport. Anyway. Bro, does this look like an airport to you? This dude say I'm still flying. Yeah. I'm in Mayweather Air. This ain't no damn airport. Anyway, that's the reality of it. Joshua's losing power. He's losing steam. No, it's all good. I just don't know why you thought this was an airport. I guess because of this. No, I'm not at the airport. I hate airports. Hey, Slip the Jab, you petty too. I be seeing your comments. He said, AJ, why would you want? Hey, Slip the Jab is petty. He said, he said, AJ talk about why would you want a rematch when you can unify? It's too late for that, bro. That's what happens when you try to play, overplay your hand. You know, you try to play hardball. Man, that, like I said, he's done, that's why it's a damage control tour. He has done more interviews mentioning Wilder and talking about Tyson Fury and saying April 13th and trying his best to be clear, even though he's not saying a lot of clear statements, but he's better than what it was in the past where he said nothing, right? He's done more in 1 week than he's done in 10 months. That's why it's not believable. You know, like, there's been no, I'm trying to think of there's been no effort made for majority of this year, you know, because once again, they thought they were the king of the hill and they didn't have to do these things. Like, I'm not going to stoop to Wilder's level. He has to come into my world. Canelo versus Smith is in the works. Canelo versus Lil Debbie is in the works. And y'all be gullible, bro. Y'all gullible as fuck. Talking about Canelo versus Caleb Smith is in the works. I seen that, but seeing is believing. Caleb Smith knocked out Rocky Fielding. Why didn't you fight him? He has a real belt. He beat George Groves in the World Boxing Super Series. I just read that Canelo versus Smith is in the works for this year. Exactly. Listen, Eric Gomez said that they would definitely be interested. That doesn't mean it's in the works. I ain't seen nothing about it being in the works. All I heard is they said they'll be open to that. But they also said David Lemieux and Bernard Hopkins also said, Charlo, hey dog, you ain't done enough, dog. You gotta beat some names. So if they don't want to fight Charlo, who's their mandatory, the Caleb Smith is not a given just because they said they're open to it. I could be open to a lot of stuff and not try it. Just like y'all girls, they might say it like I'm open to anal, but then they never do it. You know what I'm saying? You can be open to something. That don't mean you're gonna do it. So anyway, like I said, if he fights Caleb Smith, props to that man. But you came up in the comments making it sound like it was like they're going back and forth with the negotiation. I don't think it's anything that deep. He just said they're okay with the idea of it, whatever. But like I said, let's see a contract. Sign the contract, big boy, and then we got action. But man, new media, we've had a hell of a 2018. Pito, what up? Oh shit, hold on. Anyway, yep, Joshua overplayed his hand. That's what I honestly believe. It's sad, really, because he's a good fighter, you know. But you can't do stuff like that. You know, you can't try to bamboozle the public, and then, you know, wait everybody out, and then now it's happening to you. You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen one of those movies? Like, let's say Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Let's say a movie like that. And like, let's say Tom Cruise he thought some guy was his friend, and then the guy was trying to double cross him and put a bomb in Tom Cruise's vehicle and blow him up. But then Ethan Hawke, Tom Cruise, escapes, and then he puts the bomb in the villain's car, and it actually works. Do you get what I'm saying? So I know you guys have all seen movie plots like this, where, like I said, like Mission Impossible, someone double-crossed Tom Cruise, and they're trying to put a bomb in his vehicle. He escapes without getting blown up and takes the bomb, and then puts it in the villain's vehicle and actually law-abiding citizen. It's the same thing. Listen, the movie Jamie Foxx and the dude from 300, Gerald Butler, if you don't want any spoilers, it's an old ass movie. So, but if you don't want a spoiler, cover your ears. But anyway, on that movie Law Abiding Citizen, the dude was like tunneling into jail or whatever, and Jamie Foxx gave him a chance to come clean, because the guy was trying to blow up stuff, and the dude was trying to blow it up and set the time bomb, and then Jamie Foxx moved the bomb and put it in his jail cell, and then he blows himself up by trying to detonate the... You guys get what I'm saying? This is what happened to Anthony Joshua. The games you was playing, now they being played on you. Period. You try to put the bomb, in a public place and blow everybody up, and then you were still trying to detonate it. Turn around for what? What am I turning around for? You try to put the bomb in like I said, in a public place, and then he just he escaped, and unbeknownst to you, he put the bomb in your jail cell. So by you hitting the button anyway and trying to detonate it like law-abiding citizen, that's literally what happened. And then Gerald Butler was like that, and he's like, I figured you'd do this. And then Jamie Foxx locked him in and ran out, and then he ended up blowing himself up. Oh, I didn't see nothing. Man, they out here. I'm in Miami. What you talking about? It's out here, bro. He was on Jalen and Jacoby podcast begging for the fight in April. Now he's saying this is the biggest fight ever. This, man, everything he was trying to do, starve people out, freeze them out, power play them, that's what they're doing to him. Karma. And it's working too. Because if he had, bro, that's going to be a huge, if he gives up April 13th, that's crazy. If he gives Amir Khan and Kell Brook April 13th, that's how you know things aren't going according to plan. Because everybody knew since at least August of this year, when he was fighting Povetkin, that he had 2 dates booked for Wembley. So if he has to give up one of the Wembley, that goes to show you they don't have a big enough fight where they want to even put it in Wembley. It's looking bad, man. And I seen AJ said Derek Chisora is going to beat Dillian White. I don't know if he's just saying that to try to build the beef in case Dillian White wins. Oh. Washington and Stavern are bums. Bro, we're not listening to you. You just said tack him. He just got knocked the fuck out by Derek Chisora. and he wasn't favored. I mean, he wasn't supposed to get knocked out. Who said AJ versus Tony Thompson? Please stop. AJ might as well fight David Price. You know, put that in Wembley. Man, they've messed up, but like I told you guys they should stop doing interviews or have a huddle or some shit. See, Randy Ridley, we on the same page. I thought of that too. He's saying that Derek Chisora is going to win with Dillian White to enhance the beef, you know. But see, here's the thing though. Dillian White, I thought he lost to Derek Chisora the first time. So there's a chance he could lose. His last fight, Joseph Parker almost knocked him out in the 12th round. So it's not out of the question that Derek Chisora wins for sure. But I just feel like I don't want to see the fight because the first fight I thought he won and they didn't give it to him. So that leads me to believe that with the plans of, you know, Dillian's more, I guess, something sellable for that Eddie Hearn would want for AJ. I just feel like Derek Chisora is going to have to knock out Dillian White to win, or just like, you know, a couple knockdowns or something that's like so convincing. Listen, their whole plan is falling apart. It's just what it is. Because you notice how certain questions aren't answered. Like, for example, just somebody answer this. Somebody answer this. Why are we even talking about Dillian White and Gerald Miller for opponents for Joshua? What about Luis Ortiz? Dillian White and Gerald Miller, neither one of them have challenged for a title. Luis Ortiz has, and he was your mandatory. So why not that? Why not him? You know, they're acting like he's not even a candidate for Joshua. Like he just don't exist. You know? And like real talk, Gerald Miller, that's my guy. But Luis Ortiz had a big stage. Like I don't think Gerald Miller, he's from Brooklyn, but I don't think he's had a big main event that was bigger than Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Main event, has he? So Luis Ortiz got a lot of exposure. That was a show. That Showtime fight did like 1.4, 1.2 million homes, and it was a big Barclay. It was, you know, whatever, 14, 15,000, something shit like that. I don't think Gerald Miller's. He's from Brooklyn. I don't think he had a main event that was bigger than that. So you know, you can't say, oh, it's because Gerald Miller, everybody knows him. He just fought in Kansas because of Eddie Hearn. So Luis Ortiz has actually fought for a title, had a good showing, and unless you guys can tell me of a Gerald Miller fight that was a main event that was bigger than Wilder and Ortiz, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of one. So it's not like Luis Ortiz don't have exposure. And he's not even being mentioned here. Which lets you know everything you need to know. I work in Manhattan. The Canelo fight did not have the city buzzing. They said they had 4,000 to 5,000 tickets the day before the fight, and then it looked hella packed. So they probably comped hella tickets or discounted the price like crazy. But all that stuff, that don't matter. That's like buying subs on YouTube. I mean, that's cool, but it's not a real number. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to make it look like it was like super sold out and stuff, you know how much your bottom line, how much you made. But anyway, yeah, they're acting like Luis Ortiz don't even exist. That's crazy. And he's fought for a title. And like I said, his main event with Deontay Wilder, I don't think Gerald Miller has had a main event at Barclays or anything bigger than that. Oh my gosh. MD, please stop. He said AJ mentioned Ortiz's name in one. He was on DAZN sitting at a table, and he says the heavyweight division is alive. There's a lot of great fighters like Luis Ortiz. That's hardly mentioning his name. We're talking about mentioning his name to scrap. Not this dude. He found the one example of where Joshua mentioned his name literally. We're talking about mentioning his name to fight, not mention his name like these dudes. That's what I'm saying. You could try this with your friends that don't know shit about boxing. I watch the same content. He didn't say nothing about Luis Ortiz. All he said was, "Oh yeah, we got the heavyweight division. It's not just me now. You got Luis Ortiz and blah blah blah." He didn't say nothing. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to get a rocket with Luis Ortiz." Okay, so what did he say about Luis Ortiz? Okay, cite your source. Maybe I didn't see it. MD, shooters, get ready. Okay, so what did he say? You tell me and cite your source. See, they always want to play with me. Okay, what did he say? Because I heard him on DAZN. That's the only time I remember him. So you know something I don't. He mentioned Ortiz as a potential fight option. Where? Cite your source. I haven't seen it. He didn't say he was trying to fight him. Then how'd he mention him as a fight option? Bro, you gotta cite your source. Shooters, get ready, bro. He just said he didn't say he was trying to fight him, but he mentioned him as a fight option. I think it was on IFL, I believe. Nope, it's not about thinking. You better know. Hey, shooters, get this man out of here. If you don't show the link, we're not doing that. Don't do that. That is not how that works. Nobody else seems to have heard this but you. I'm not playing. You already said you weren't going to watch the interview because it's 25 minutes long. So I don't have to watch it if you tell me where it's at. Tell me the timestamp. Tell me what interview. He didn't say I want to fight him. Hey, block this fool. You wasting my time, though. You wasting everybody's time. Shooters, I can't see. Let me know when you block MD. Please, someone confirm the hot seat kill. You see how they just make shit up? See, that's sad, bro. Like, you notice all this stuff. They try to condemn me, kick me, scream on me, and this whole time, I never have to lie and falsify stuff. I never said that AJ said something that he never said. Like, all this stuff is traceable. Hey, get rid of this MD dude, bro. Somebody. What do you mean he's back? Did somebody get rid of him? I didn't make up nothing. Bro, you're not sending the link. You said it was on IFL, I think. I'm not... Where is it at, bro? No one else has seen it but you. So you tell us. Oh, hold on. Slip the jab. You clapped him and he came back? Hey, just keep blocking him then. Okay. Just block him again. Once again. You see how these guys have to lie, bro? Why do you have to lie? He said, yeah, he mentioned Luis Ortiz. And I'm like, I'm talking about mentioning him to fight. And he was like, yeah, he did. And I'm like, I never heard that. I heard him mention that the heavyweight division has a lot of players now. And he was like, no, I'm not talking about that. I said, where'd you hear it? IFL, I think. Send the link. Oh, he didn't say I want to fight him. You're wasting time, bro. You see? Wasting time per usual. Yeah, I heard him. I watched boxing. I heard him on, he was on the DAZN telecast with a white t-shirt. He had the little headset on. He was at the desk, before Sergio Mora came. And I heard him mention Luis Ortiz's name, but he didn't say, he just said the heavyweight division has a lot of factors, a lot of people in it, and it's good because I don't have to carry the division myself. He never once said anything in that whole spiel about, I'm trying to fight Luis Ortiz. This dude lied and said Anthony Joshua says that Luis Ortiz is an option for next. He never said all that. When did he say that? Who is J. Cole? Oh my. J. Cole said he's not lying, it's true. Well, I ain't seen it and y'all ain't providing no link. So, okay, there's two of you motherfuckers that seen it, but none of y'all can recall the place you seen it. Yet, when AJ says something, I'll be like, oh, he said this on the Jalen and Jacoby show. Oh, he said this on ESPN First Take. But you guys keep hearing stuff that majority of us haven't heard, and you can't trace it back. So I feel like you might be the same person that just got blocked, and you just came with a J. Cole account. If you don't have receipts, then you might as well not even talk about it because you're getting blocked. So good luck with that. Show receipts, show timestamps. If you don't have that, you're getting blocked. Because now I feel like you're lying and wasting people's time trying to mislead the public. We're not about that. So don't mention it if you can't trace your steps back. If you do not, oh my God. Oh shit, she heard me. Fuck AJ, but he did say it. Block him. Listen, block J. Cole. Cole World. Block him. Block him, and shooters, let me know when you blocked him. Listen, don't mention some shit you are not showing receipts for. If you don't know how to get to it again, and it is a recent IFL interview, like you guys are claiming, then you might as well not mention it. How is it that I can think of when I heard someone say something, I could think of some details, something. Like, oh, Joshua had a red shirt on. He had a weight bench behind him. It was on ESPN First Take. They can't remember nothing. Man, she had wagon. Hey, slipped to Jeb Petty. He said, got him, Cold World? Yeah, we gonna send you back to Forest Hill Drive, motherfucker. He said, you Joshua, that's why you missed it? Hey, bro, block this dude again. I thought y'all said y'all got him. Y'all ain't get him. I thought y'all said y'all got him. He's... Hey, get this Jacob. Cold World. Bruh, I didn't even say anything offensive. Bro, it don't matter if it's offensive. If you're lying to try to deceive the public, you're getting got. That's what it is. It doesn't have to do with offense. It's offensive that you would lie to the public to try to make a point that... Somebody said false prophets. Yeah, he is the false prophet because he's lying. Shooters, please block him again. Every time you see World, block. Yeah. God, why? Why these dudes come back though? Like, I don't understand it. Why they keep coming back? Somebody said land of the snakes. Bro, this is how you know we're destroying the competition. Because I'm not doing this. I'm not like, listen, people go, oh, you hate AJ. I don't hate none of these motherfuckers in boxing. If I hated him, why wouldn't I just make shit up about him? I am not making him up, but you're not going to limit me to not be able to react to something he says. So you, in your mind, AJ and Eddie Hearns, they can just keep putting their own spin on things. You know? They could keep putting their own spin on things and say whatever they want. But for me, my bad. They know I'm a YouTube star. They just want to be around the God. But anyway, so in their brain, Miami really got them. But anyway, in their brain, Eddie Hearns and AJ, so they could keep spinning what they want, saying what they want. And even though I found like an easy inconsistency, then, you know, that doesn't matter. I'm supposed to ignore it. Meanwhile, they keep lying. Bro, I don't listen. He's claiming AJ wants smoke with Luis Ortiz. She wasn't white, but whatever. Anyway, fuck all that. Anyway, they're claiming that AJ wants smoke with Luis Ortiz. They're quoting some random interview allegedly that nobody else has seen but two people. And then I'm like, hey, how do you get to it? Oh my God. I'm like, how do you get to it? How do you get to it? And then they don't know. They can't tell me. It's like, we're not playing these games. Because I'm not doing that. I'm letting you listen to what AJ said. I'm like, oh, he said this on Jalen and Jacoby. He was on ESPN First Take. Oh, he said this on DAZN. You guys are getting to hear it. I'm not just like arbitrarily making stuff up and saying, oh yeah, Joshua said this. You get what I'm saying? And listen, y'all keep saying that he said this about Luis Ortiz. Why? I want to see an IFL interview with him where the title is AJ rips Luis Ortiz in response or some shit. Because that's what Luis Ortiz is doing to him. Luis Ortiz has done several interviews with my dude Hustle Boss. He was on like Behind the Gloves. Oh my God. He was on Behind the Gloves. All types of shit. He's telling Joshua to come out of hiding, stop hiding. He's never gonna fight me. He's a chicken. So why doesn't Anthony Joshua do a similar type of interview and talk specifically about Luis Ortiz and how he wants to fight him? That's a good fight. If you can't get Wilder and Fury if they do the rematch. What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. So IFL or whoever, they can be in Joshua's room and shit, and no Luis Ortiz questions come to mind. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not... So Luis Ortiz is out here saying all this stuff. That's never even a thought to, like, hey, maybe I should ask him about Luis Ortiz. DAZN didn't ask him about Luis Ortiz. Yeah, but man, we're not accepting that if you're just gonna lie. Joshua controlled by Hearns. Eddie Hearns. Hearn is simply a greedy, rich kid playing at boxing promoter. Just watch the moves, easy to see. Man, what isn't happening in Miami? Yeah, I'm like Will Smith out here. I'm going to Miami. Me neither. I'm Miami. Come to the city where the heat is on all night. All ages and races, real sweet. Spanish, Asian, Indian, Jamaican. Black, white, Cuban, and Asian. Only came for 2 days. Every time I come, I always wind up staying. Hey, I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it rocking in Miami. Man, Miami is we the gang. Listen, y'all need help. Y'all need help, doggy. Y'all need help. I'm trying to give me a Colombian chick, a little Colombiana. All the dummies keep saying everyone is jealous. That man, that's the lamest thing. Like, see, people, like I said, when people say stuff like that, a lot of times people project. You are the type to get jealous over a man. Ain't nobody jealous. What is everyone supposedly jealous? You know, what is it? Because he got money? Warren Buffett got money. Why don't y'all say, oh, y'all jealous of Warren Buffett? That's what I'm saying. This shit was weird. Miami murders every in the hood. What does that even mean? Miami murders every in the hood? I don't even know what that means, bro. But yeah, that's all they say. You're jealous. Why you think everyone's just angry and jealous? And listen, fuck all that. Answer some of these questions we asking. I got a series of questions. Fuck all the jealousy and, you know, you hate this person. Just answer the questions. That's all I would like. Yeah, I'll be in New York. That's all I want is answers. Here you go. Charlos aren't ready for Canelo. Make the fucking fight then, bro. First of all, let's talk about the Charlo that's in Canelo's division. Jermel's not in his division, so until he moves up, he's not a factor at 160. You know, until he said he can make weight, cool. So let's talk about Jamal. If you think Jamal ain't ready, bro, ego, you good in Miami, bro. Just don't go to Miami Gardens, Liberty City in overtime. Bro, you tripping. First of all, never mind. Everywhere got hoods, bro. I'm not... Whatever, bro. Everywhere got hoods. Like, this and that. You think the Bay Area is different? Who says shit like that, bro? I'm on my own business, you know. Do me. I'm on a business trip. Bet you $1,000 Canelo knocks out 160 Charlo under 5 rounds. Listen. You sound foolish because, okay. Shout out to Andrew Tucker, I appreciate you. Bro, I get it. There's dangerous places everywhere. You saying it like, you know, like motherfuckers is plotting and shit. Like, there's hoods everywhere. The Bay Area got rough parts. I know Florida got races, they got hoods. I know everywhere. Anyway, This dude keeps saying Charlo getting knocked out and all this. Bro, I'm gonna ask you real quick. Simple question. What's a better fight? Jamal Charlo or Rocky Fielding? On paper. What do you think? What would you say would have been a better fight? What would you say would be a better fight? Shadow, who has Charlo fought? I can't talk to dudes like you. See, I wasn't even trying to put you in the hot seat, but you're not even playing the game. I asked you a very direct question, and you asking who Charlo fought. It's a direct question. Who is a better fight, Jamal Charlo or Rocky Fielding? Canelo versus Jacobs better. Listen, I'm gonna give you one. See now, because now you're starting to play games. I'm gonna give you one more opportunity. What is a better fight on paper? Canelo Alvarez versus Jamal Charlo or Rocky Fielding? Shooters, if he does not answer this question, block him. What's a better fight to you? What would you think would be a better fight? Canelo versus Charlo, Jamal, or Canelo versus Rocky Fielding? Shooter, if he does not answer this question, his name is Shadow something, block him. If his next response takes too long, or if he does not answer the question, because he's playing games, if he does not answer the question, block him. Slip the Jab is in here. I know he's gonna hold it down. So Shadow, what is a better fight on paper? Canelo versus Rocky Fielding or Canelo versus Jamal Charlo? You see how his responses slow up? It's the same thing. Same thing. Every single time. Charlo, okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you just admitted the guy that you said is gonna get knocked out 5-6 rounds like Canelo is a better fight, yet he just fought Rocky Fielding. So if him and his team felt that Charlo just gets dismantled and destroyed like you're telling it, and they have the same confidence that you have that it's an easy work destruction, then why wouldn't they make that fight when we all know that Jamal Charlo versus Canelo, whether you put it in New York or Texas or whatever, is a bigger fight? So once again, you guys say a lot of shit that obviously his promoters and handlers and him, they don't feel the same way, because why would you fight? Why would you fight him? Jamal Charlo got a fake version of the WBC, just like, what's the name? Rocky Fielding had a fake version of the WBA. You know, Charlo's an interim WBC champion in his weight division. So why didn't he just fight him? And that's his mandatory anyway. So why isn't Golden Boy as confident as you are in the comments section? Charlo was getting hurt by Trout. You're lying, bro. I was at the fight. See, you're just telling on yourself. I was at that fight. He did not get hurt by Trout. What? Did either one of them get hurt by Trout? Jermell or Jamal? What are you talking about? He had a crafty fight, but when was he getting hurt? I don't remember that. These dudes once again, you see, when I talk boxing, I don't have to like reach and make up shit that nobody remembered. I was at the fight. I remember, I have a good memory. This was when Virgil Hunter found out that Keisha Cole was his daughter, and I sat behind them. So Keisha Cole was right in front of us, and I was dummy close. And I don't ever remember Charlo getting hurt. And Keisha Cole was in front of me that fight. So what are you talking about, bro? It was a crafty fight. Like Trout, I'm not saying Trout like didn't steal some rounds or win rounds, but you're talking about Trout was hurting him. What? I don't remember. Did Trout? I actually didn't watch all of the Jermell fight, and Trout, because I was covering Crawford Horn. It was on the same night, but I seen most of it. But I didn't watch it like super close because I was watching it on someone's laptop as Crawford Horn undercard was happening. But I don't remember either Charlo getting hurt by Trout. So say he is lying. That's what I'm saying. Once again, do you see, bro? Y'all make me like a boxing guy because they see what you guys have to do to try to make a point. You have to force it. You have to reach. You have to lie. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just talking boxing. You know, the stuff I say, a lot of times people can remember, or even if you didn't remember, I can give you a round or something. You saying shit that nobody remembers. You talking about Trout was hurting Jamal. Look, Kane said you a bold-faced like you getting dogged out in the comment section. It's sad. But anyway, bottom line is this. We'll wrap this up. If Canelo and his team were so confident that Charlo gets destroyed and it's easy work, then why not put that fight on at Madison Square Garden? You would have got a better reception. That would have helped DAZN immensely. I think we can all agree. Rocky Fielding looked like he had no business in there. You know, Charlo, I don't think he's going to look like he has no business in the ring with Canelo, despite the outcome. Rocky Fielding, that was a travesty. He looked bad, y'all. He looked bad. I mean, put it this way. Amir Khan is a guy with chin durability issues, and he did way better. And you got Rocky Fielding up here, 6'3", look like an ogre next to Canelo, and he just gets bombed out, bro. That was a bad. You know. That I'm telling you, man, the zones, they're gonna have to figure this out because they keep doing these fights that are not resonating with Americans from what I've seen. You know, just putting these British fighters on there that don't have, like, certain British guys like Kell Brook. He came to America and fought Sean Porter. Kell Brook fought against Errol Spence, so he has somewhat of a name where he's at least known. You know, I'm not saying he's in his prime, but he at least has been exposed to Americans. You know, Rocky Fielding, I don't even think he fought in America. He hasn't been as exposed. How do you think that was gonna? So that means you're expecting Canelo to carry 100% of the card. Yeah, Amir Khan did way better. I mean, I gave Amir Khan the first 4, maybe 5 rounds. I think I cut it off at the 5th round. I think Canelo won the 5th, and obviously he won the 6th because he knocked him out. Amir Khan did way better, and this is a guy who, you know, is coming up in weight. Rocky Fielding looked like a giant and got folded. And, like, to be honest, Amir Khan, he just got hit with one punch and it was over, you know. Rocky Fielding was like getting broke down. You know, he was getting broken up and, you know, it was just ugly. But just the way he was punching everything, I see why he had, like, didn't have any American fight. And see, like, I'm the realest out. You know, I'll tell you what it is. To be honest, Canelo, he's an elite fighter for sure. But the thing is, if I feel other guys would have probably, you know, other elite guys, I guess you could say, could have done what's the name, Rocky Fielding in. You get what I'm saying? But it just so happens Canelo can pick and choose and, you know, fight who he wants. So he's the one that did it. But, you know, if you put Jacobs or Charlo and move them up, you know, I don't know, based on their style, I don't know if it'll happen exactly how that happened. You know, because Canelo's a very fluid combination puncher, and he was really aggressive that fight. But, you know, I don't think Rocky Fielding would beat any of them, to be honest. Commentators tried to build up Rocky by talking about his height and size, which is the most casual thing. That don't matter, you know, because at the end of the day, he was also in the rehydration clause. You know, that's what they don't tell you, that he had a rehydration clause. But see, you know, like, that's like an insurance policy. And to me, I feel like Canelo, he didn't even need that, bro. So it's like, why'd you even do that? You know, because now that people know about it. So it's like, it don't matter if you had he just didn't look like he was on your level skill-wise. You know, and it might have been worse if he rehydrated more, because he might have been even slower. So, you know, I don't even know why he even did the rehydration clause. See, that's the type of shit in boxing. It's like, did you really fear him if he weighed, you know, an extra 5 pounds? Him particular, like, I can understand, like, if it was like, you know, somebody else, like an elite level fighter. He didn't look elite, so I don't think weight is tricky. Weight matters, but it doesn't. If you're Floyd Mayweather, you could beat bigger guys. So in that case, it doesn't. But if you're evenly matched, then of course it can. Or if the guy has greater skills than you and he's bigger, then of course it can. You know, so it just depends on the particulars. But I feel like Canelo didn't even need that. He didn't even need a rehydration clause. You know, and the stacking gloves, like, they got to figure this stuff out, because that's what people keep holding against Canelo. Like, damn, you stacking gloves, you know, and people were trying to flag you for it, and you had a rehydration clause. Now, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he even needs some of these things. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, they did a same-day rehydration clause. So the morning of the fight, Rocky Fielding couldn't weigh more than 10 pounds. So, like 178 or under. Hey, Dale, you funny. He says, DAZN overpaying for fights. DAZN got to do something. I keep telling you, I'm going to keep saying it until I see changes. You need a fight that Americans can get behind. It wouldn't be about Americans if you weren't pitching it to Americans. But seeing how you are, and that's where you were trying to generate your revenue, majority of it, then yeah, I think you need fights that they're gonna embrace. Like just look at it. Demetrius Andrade, unfortunately the Billy Joe Saunders didn't happen, so he ended up coming to America, the guy from Namibia, Walter Katindakwa. You know, Katie Taylor, she's good, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the women's boxing is on the come up, but people don't know the females' names. You know what I'm saying? You had, who else fought in zone? Gerald Miller and Dogman Dinu or whatever. Like, like, these fights, like, people don't know. They don't even know the other person. They don't even know the other person. Yeah, I think there was a rehydration clause on James Kirkland, but I found this out through an industry insider. You know, James Kirkland was told if he wanted to fight Canelo, this is what I heard, that he couldn't use Ann Wolf. Like, it was like an actual, like, the fight wouldn't go on if he had Ann Wolf in his corner type shit. That's fucked up. And I remember, and it makes sense because I watched it 24/7. They or whatever I think they did. It was a 24/7 or some type of special for it on HBO. And Ann Wolf was like, "Yeah, I didn't get a call or nothing." And she's like, "Yeah, I need to be there for James because Canelo, that redhead motherfucker can fight." Rocky didn't have no game plan. He just left the bar before he came to his fight. Hold on, he left the bar? Where did you hear that from? I ain't passed the ball, but I know a little. He left the bar? He was drunk in there? Is that real, or are you just saying that? I hope that this is what I said. This is what I fear. Canelo's getting a lot of money. I hope they don't start trying to pick around and have all these advantages. I get to stack my gloves and you can't weigh more than 2 pounds the next day. Like, I hope it's not like that. Man, Rocky Fielding, he looked bad. He really left a bar? Oh, wow. That motherfucker he knew he was going to be depressed after the fight. He had to take a couple shots. Take a shot for me. He was on his Drake shit. He's like, oh, take a shot for me. He was on his Drake shit before the fight started. Marvin's room and shit. How come you don't answer when I call? Take a shot for me. Oh. Hey, this dude. Somebody said he off that yak. Hey, Eagles Army, we are literally the funniest bunch in boxing. Somebody said he's off that yak. That motherfucker was off that Erkin jerk. He don't even look like he's... Bro. And then, listen, I could tell by how many people said, why are you complaining about this fight? It was free. All those people that said stuff like that, it was free for them because they didn't give a shit about DAZN and they're casuals. So they came to boxing because it was a big name in Canelo fighting, so they signed up. That's not a good look because... Bro, I seen people in the comment section talking about just make burner emails and keep signing up for trials. DAZN, they gotta do something. Because they giving away 30 days and motherfuckers making burner emails to keep getting the free 30 days and all this shit. Somebody said Rocky Fielding looked like he worked at Best Buy. Hey, y'all are out of control. He really does look like a Geek Squad motherfucker. Free in the UK? No. They said free on DAZN. DAZN's not available in the UK, so you're lying. See how these dudes just lie, bro? They just make up stuff. They said the fight was on DAZN for free, so you can't really complain. And now they're trying to say he looked like a Costco cashier. Hey, y'all, he was selling them Kirkland hot dogs. Hey, y'all trying them. Bro, I'm not talking about you in the UK. First of all, not every DAZN fight is in the UK for free. Maybe that Rocky Fielding was. Is Derek Chisora and Dillian White free for y'all, or y'all gotta pay pay-per-view? Okay, because that's on DAZN for us. You're lost in the sauce. No, I'm talking about people were saying you can't complain because DAZN had the fight for free, and you're like, oh, it's free in the UK. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying the bottom line is this: DAZN needs to get customers. They need to have huge spikes. A lot of people are saying the fight was free on DAZN, which means they used a 30-day trial. They signed up because Canelo was fighting. They're probably not hardcore boxing fans. So they basically how many lifelong subscribers did they get from this when a lot of people did a 30-day trial? That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people didn't like. I used my 30-day trial the first month because I watched Joshua Povetkin for free. So I already blew through my 30-day trial, and then I paid for it for Tony Bellew, and I left it up for Canelo, but then I just canceled it. I canceled it until they really out here. Anyway, I canceled it until I hear the schedule, because from what I've heard, it's not really, I'll have it. It doesn't, because when you cancel it doesn't cancel instantly because I paid for the month. So it'll be good through Derek Chisora, Dillian White. But after that, I'll have to do it on a case-by-case basis based on their schedule. I had DAZN for 2 months now. Yeah, I had it, keyword had. After the Derek Chisora, it'll be good for like a couple more days, and that's it. What has been DAZN's best fight so far? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Joshua Povetkin, and the undercard for that was horrible. Joshua Povetkin was cool, but it was not like something, I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of it is like one-sided, like massacres. Oh, actually, Tony Bellew, Usyk, I like that fight. That was a good fight. Canelo fielding. No, that was just a showcase of Canelo's skills, which we already knew. Yeah, but I don't really watch Bellator like that. I watch UFC. Hey, I'm about to wrap this up. I gotta see my room soon, because I want to charge my shit up real quick before I go. I'll tap in with y'all in a little bit. I'm just chilling.